Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday evening. How's everybody doing? Well, I'm waiting on a guest to come in, a younger man that wanted to come in and give his opinion on Diddy. And then I'm also trying to use different backgrounds on StreamYard. Yeah, I am trying to get young people's opinion on Diddy because I cannot believe young people think his behavior is acceptable, and this is not what you call a man. And so we're gonna give him a few more minutes if he doesn't come in. I want to um, and if they don't come in, okay. Well, hey Northwest, how you been doing? Has things gotten, how's life been for you Northwest? I gotta come check you out. I haven't checked you out in a while. It's you surviving. I know, and trust and believe. It's so hard out here for people right now. For the average person that is just average, it is very, It's very hard out here. The cost of living is high, food prices, uh, having a roof over your head. Well, yeah, but I don't like the fact, Northwest, that you are homeless, that you're out here homeless, and they're letting people come over here to this country and live, and they get free housing and stuff. That's so unfair. No matter what road life took you down, we should not have a homeless problem in the United States of America. Yeah. Yeah, the US citizens are homeless, but yet immigrants come over here and they're able to live free. They get food stamps, they get everything. Yeah, it's the United States. Um, this country was built on a lie. Uh, it was built on the lie, you know. Hey, cruising. Yeah, cruising. I will be more than happy to come on your show. Uh, I will be on your show on that date that you asked me to come on your show, and I'll be more than happy to give my opinion on how I feel about Carnival Cruise protecting their ships, their cruise line, and their business against people that don't know how to act, who happen to be people of my color. So I have no problem with coming on your show, expressing my opinion on how they have uh, made Carnival Cruise, the ghetto cruise line, and I have no problem with any other changes that they have made. Yeah. Oh, Northwest 425. No, Carnival Cruise Line uh, changed their policies because, you know, people want to go on cruises and act rude, uh, disorderly. Yeah. And so, you know, Carnival Cruise made it possible for people to be able to take a cruise. And they turned around and right now, and so you're going to have to come to the show because you're going to have people like me on there. And I'm going to be talking about uh, You you can't take our people nowhere. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. You know, when people say they grew up poor, um, did it make you want to appreciate life more? Northwest, because what I'm seeing is people that have money are the most evilest people on in the world. Mhm. They have money. All right, Mom. In Northwest 425, uh, that was my point last year when I was having people of different races come on my show because, yeah, there are people of all races that are poor, that did not have, was not born with the silver spoon. Um, a lot of people had the misconception that, you know, um, that just because you were white, everything was okay. And I used to have a lady that came on my show, Amber's Angel Truth, who is um, taking time off to get her a tiny home built. And she would come in and say that she wasn't entitled. And it's the poor people versus the rich. And we all can see by this Diddy case, you know, if you have money, you can buy juries, you can buy freedom, you can buy cops, you can have people on your payroll. Anything you want to do, have done to people can be done because some people will dangle their money and power. and have things done to another human being, or have people dancing to their music in order for them to be happy because they've got the money and the power to do it. But this is Thoughtful Thursday, and I just want to encourage people, all of you content creators, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your shows. Um, if it makes you happy, stay positive. Don't get caught up in this hype where you have to down another content creator to blow your channel up. Learn how to be respectful of everyone because it's a doggy dog world out there. It's evil versus good, and you have to decide what stance you're gonna make in life. Um, Northwest 425, put your cash app in the chat. Um, Life is what you make it, and we all have struggles. All of us done went through something. Really, none of us are no better than the next person. Um, the the effects of life, from homelessness to addictions to everything going on, has touched everybody in some shape, form, or fashion. Northwest 425 is a homeless guy. I need him to put his cash app in there. Uh, and he has been trying his best to survive out here. And depends on where you live at, it costs. Uh, and the way this economy is right now, people really have to come together. People might have to take in some family, which really isn't a bad thing if you can help each other and get the rules together, straightened out before you even decide to become roommates, uh, you know, we're all going to stay in this house together because it's going to be beneficial. You know, I help babysit, we help with the cooking, but you have your rules. Like, you know, we work, so we need the house to be quiet at a certain time. Um, you know, you can't have company over, or if you do, make it only on weekends. Uh, you know, you got to keep your space clean, your area clean. We're not your maids. It can work out if people truly, truly want it to work and have a goal, because we really are gonna really need each other coming up in the near future, because this economy is really bad. Food costs, the cost of living, you know. I'm fortunate I am a, you know, an elderly woman, and I live in a senior building, and it's by my income, so I'm okay. But if I didn't have this, there would be no way in heck that I would be able to be paying rent somewhere due to the prices of apartments now. So I thank God that I am in a senior building, and you know, it's income based where I can still have a little bit of money. But for you young people, I really feel sorry for you of what you're going through now. You young people, you won't know what a pension plan is, what a 401k plan is. I don't even know right now if jobs, if they're even offering good health benefits anymore. Do they give you vacation time? Do they give you PPO time? But again, like I said, with the way the economy is right now, you know, you're gonna see um, a lot of more homeless people, and you're gonna see people. They're gonna have to move in with relatives, and it can work. Like I said, you just gotta get some type of understanding. But you know, some of us people, you know, they say it's okay for you to stay with them, but some of them get mad when they have to buy extra roll of toilet paper. But if you had to move back in the house, uh, move in with a relative or a friend, it might bring back some of the old values where you can have the older people talking to the younger kids, telling them about life. But then again, some parents, they don't even want their kids around certain family members, or they don't want anybody talking to them, to their kids nowadays. But there's so much going on in the world right now, the evil dark forces. And so you better start talking to your kids, or you better start letting an auntie or an uncle talk to them and get them prepared for this real world out here. Because it's our duty as elders, to get people prepared for life, for them not to make the same mistakes that we made. Northwest 425, I don't want you to ever feel ashamed that you are homeless. A lot of people did not ask to be homeless. Life be lifing. Life be lifing. If you see a homeless person, they're holding a sign. It ain't your job to judge them what they're gonna do with the money. If you can be a blessing to them, just give it to them. It's none of your business. If you're giving from the heart, or if you don't want to give them money, buy them a meal. Because I'ma tell you, groceries keep going up. Every time I go to Family Dollar, the prices go up. It's getting totally out of control. And I'm a senior. I should be enjoying my life. I should not be worried about the cost of living, Medicare copays. America needs a reset. It needs to reset. A lot of us are finding ourselves in we're helping our family. It's rough. Some people think because somebody's making $15 an hour, which is the minimum wage here in Illinois, that's not enough money. Not with the cost of living. And it's just so expensive. It's just expensive to live now. I know due to the inflation, food costs, everything has gone up. And us people that get Social Security, you only get a 2.5 increase. And then with that, your Medicare goes up. We got co-pays now. So it's rough for everybody. But yet we can put our trust and have faith that everything is going to be okay. Did Northwest, did he leave to put homeless? I do know that for a fact. It depends on where, you live. Some people, they can't afford an apartment right now. And so sometimes it could be $5 or $10 just for them to go to McDonald's to, have a nice meal. And I want to also say this to people: don't get so high and mighty where you looking down on other people because they having a stroke of bad luck. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the good Lord will humble you. And the person you laughing at today for being homeless or losing a job, or, we want to say what other people should have did, and you might find yourself in that same situation, but worse. So be careful what you put your mouth on talking about people that are homeless, people that are struggling with addictions. And I will stand on what I stand by like nobody in the United States of America should be homeless, and they allow people from other countries to come over here and live for free. And they're given everything. And the American people are struggling, or we got spin downs. Yeah, the whole system is messed up. Again, America, in my opinion, needs a whole reset. All of these politicians, you know, it's so much corruptness. You know, it's about the almighty dollar. Neither party, neither party gives a darn about the people. And maybe, just maybe, we will go back to some type of morals and values. I hate when I hear people say, look at what I did. If I did this, they should have been able to do it. Well, everybody ain't you. Everybody ain't you. You know, we know life would throw you some curveballs. Some curveballs. Be thankful that you made it. I want to share a few positive videos, videos that help me because, of course, I tell people, you know, we're all fighting some type of demons. Some just fake the funk better than others. Uh, Hold on, I'm trying to get some positive videos to share. But I want the content creators to know, because I've been still going around to people's shows and sharing them out. I've met a lot of great people in this YouTube world. I've met some great people, and I've met some people I wouldn't give a darn if I ever talked to ever again in life. But for the most part, it's a great experience. And I need y'all YouTube content creators to know that you're number one. I do know they said YouTube is making some changes. People will have to go live more. They don't want any AI generated videos. Um, I wish they could do something about the doxing and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that will come soon. But for the most part, you know, I've been going around, to the YouTubers that I'm subscribed to, showing my support, even if I can only stay. I try to stay 10 to 15 minutes in everybody's show so they can get the credit. Because at the end of the day, we are all content creators, regardless of race, color, creed, political, or religious view. And everybody has a story to tell. And I'm excited about going on my second cruise next year. So, I can go like to cruising is fun anytime, warm, strong adventures. Uh, then kicking it with the roots. My God, they were. Seemed like every time I looked up, they was on a cruise ship or going somewhere. And that's nice. Vacations are nice. If you are working, if you are working, you should reward yourself with a vacation. If it's nothing but going to stay in a hotel for a night, you should reward yourself. Reward yourself. Another content creator. We hear he gives great advice. There are people on here that can help you learn how to crochet, knit, travel, clip coupons, show you what cruise lines to go on, show you their experiences. There are people taking you on vacations. You got the Bud Files. Oh my goodness, they always going somewhere, showing you something. Okay, hold on. Trying to find these encouraging videos. Encourage yourself. Pat yourself on the back and be like, I did it. Pat yourself on the back each day. And every painful lesson in life that you learn, consider it a learning lesson. And listen to the elders talk. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a whole gardening community out there. So with food prices going up, let me tell you something. You know, if you're able to grow a garden, you know, plant your own fruits and vegetables, that's great. That'll help save you some money. Right now is the time that people are gonna have to use their creative skills in order to make it. Because when I tell you, you might have to cut down on one thing in order to survive these days. No matter what happens in my life, I'm gonna take me a vacation once a year. Hold on, for Thursday. I had to get myself back on track. I had gotten so emotional um, last week that I had to step back and have a talk with Miss Darlene April. Hold on, because there was a video I wanted to show.
If you're tired of all your stuff getting lost or messing with your bag, you need this makeup bag. Just see how much things it packs. I love how it's full zip and has so many compartments, so you can have your lipstick and chapstick section. It literally makes things way easier. Chosen one. You always make people feel some type of way. You gonna always make them feel some type of way, which causes you to be in this place where you're all by yourself. And I'm gonna tell you what offends them about you or makes them intimidated. It's because you are so pure that you carry. It's going to always put you in a space of being isolated, meaning you don't have many friends, meaning you don't hang around many family members. A lot of people don't understand you. And a lot of times people are offended by you, even when you haven't done anything. You haven't even said a word, but people feel intimidated or offended by you. It's because your light exposes their darkness. You see what I'm saying? When you are heavily anointed and you are chosen one, You always make people feel some type of way. You're going to always make them feel some type of way, which causes you to be in this place where you're all by yourself. And I'm going to tell you what offends them about you or makes them intimidated. It's because you are so pure. They feel like, who do you think you are? You think you better. So you're so perfect. Never do anything wrong. And it's not that you don't have flaws. It's just that your heart is not contaminated. You don't have evil motives. And see, what you don't realize is people are comparing themselves to you more than you know. That's why you can hang out with people. And then all of a sudden they start acting funny towards you, treating you some type of way, always trying to be rude to you, making little comments, because they're starting to compare themselves to you. They see your heart is too pure for them. It makes them uncomfortable because they know deep down they have bad intentions or they had bad intentions towards people. And they never been around somebody as pure as you. Come on now, catch them diamonds. See, God has to protect those that are pure at heart. You see what I'm saying? That's why we can't be around everybody. That's why he got to pull us out of the crowd. We're not safe amongst people. We're not. We got to be around other light workers, other people that get you, other people that's not intimidated or jealous. You know what I'm saying? They see who you are and they value you. See, you're not going to survive amongst wolves. That's why we got to be with God. That's why we got to be around our tribal people. You see what I'm saying? People really will hurt people who are pure at heart. It bothers their demons. It bothers them. And so that's why I tell people it's better that you're isolated and that you are sheltered by the shepherd, meaning God. He's the shepherd over your life. It is better to be protected and sheltered by God because you really don't know the motives of these people. They have bad motives. And because you are so pure at heart, you can't even comprehend or fathom the evil and wicked things that people will do. Because, see, you don't operate like that. Your mind can't even go that far. Of course, you have human experiences, but your hands don't do evil. Your hands do the work of the Lord. Your hands do great things. Your hands, when you put your hands on people or your mouth is to help them prosper. That is very rare in the world that we live in because the world that we live in is contaminated. I want you to always know that. Keep that in mind. It's contaminated here, full of evilness. And you're like, and listen, you are that gem amongst the evil and darkness. Come on now. So we have to be sheltered by God. We have to. That's why you're always going to be isolated. You're only going to have a small group of people. And another thing that you will experience are these people will try to always provoke you into anger. Because finally, for once, they got to see you operating in something else other than being pure. You can't be that good. You can't be that nice. But you are. That don't mean you can't get mad, and that don't mean you can't defend yourself. It's just that you don't operate in a low vibrational space like most people. So they gotta push you and push you and push you to get that response. Because there is no way you could be that good. There are people like that. They work on you all the time on your jobs and your homes and wherever you go. They're always trying to push that button. But they don't understand when they push that button, they're gonna get God, not you. Come on. He gonna fight for you. Come on. Catch them diamonds.
So tough. I had a rough time when they, but I have a problem with people that hurt people. I have a problem. People, I have a problem with those type of people. I have a problem with people that just generally just can't be happy. I have a problem with people that don't defend a person when they're not in their absence and they go along with the bullshit. But, such is life. I don't have to be around them, and I won't take myself around them, and I won't. When people show you who they are, believe them. That's who they are. This is another video I want to share with you.
The day a blind man sees, the first thing he throws away is the stick that helped him all his life. Sometimes you have to suffer in life, not because you're a bad person, but because you didn't realize when to stop being good to the wrong person. One of the biggest mistakes we make is assuming that other people think the way we think. You can't change someone who doesn't see a problem with their actions. The greatest thing you can give yourself is freedom from what others think. You can't make someone love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. Your clothes don't need to be expensive, but they must be clean, neat, and tidy. Wrinkles in your clothes can diminish your elegance. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Forget trying to change people. Either change yourself or change your environment, or both. Leave when a promise turns into a sorry. Drive carefully on this road called life, because people will switch lanes on you without a signal.
Ooh, that's the truth right there.
You learn a lot about people when they don't get what they want from you. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it will always get you the right ones. You grow as much as the amount of truth you're willing to accept about yourself without running away. Only the disciplined ones in life are free. If you are undisciplined, you are a slave to your moods and passions. The first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest. The first to forget is the happiest. More important than the ability to pick the right one is the strength to walk away from the wrong one. If you have to keep asking yourself if something is worth it, then maybe it's not. Forgiving people in silence and never speaking to them again is a form of self-care.
Ooh, now that one right there, forgiving people in silence and never speaking to them again. Yes, that's the best thing you can do because I forgive you, but I can't never ever fool with you. Not in this lifetime ever again. You will never ever get a chance to do me dirty to go along with somebody else and not try to hear a side of a story. Forgiving people in silence and never speaking to them again is a form of self care. Because why would you fake the funk and sit there and you're looking at these people or that person that hurt or betrayed you, and you're looking at them like, I'll never
Anything
fool
that you
with them.
start to take a relaxed attitude towards stops controlling you. You'll realize it sooner or later. Everything is going to be all right. Maybe not today, but eventually. You can sacrifice pieces of your flesh, but still be considered selfish for keeping your bones. Keep in mind that life is a long journey. If your goals and objectives are right, one day you will find the right path. In every situation, life is asking us a question, and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. You can't expect everyone to be good to you, and at the same time, you can't be good to everyone. Remember, the more valuable you are, the more critical you will be. The second you feel like you're hanging on by a thread, let go. You shouldn't be holding on to something that makes you feel that way in the first place. Never let yourself become completely dependent on anyone. Always be able to support yourself, financially, mentally, and physically. You have to take chances sometimes, and although it can be scary and outside your comfort zone, you will never know what could have been unless you go for it. Being lonely is an opportunity for you to self-reflect, learn more about yourself, and grow. Knowing when to mind your own business and when to speak up is a life lesson that takes time. But once you know when to react or retract, life flows much more smoothly. True love and real friends are two of the hardest things to find. As long as the purpose of education is merely to get a job, society will produce only employees, not employers. You can do an awful lot by writing down what happened to you and thinking it through. The greatest sin is to think of yourself as weak. Don't change yourself so that other people will like you. Be yourself so that the right people will love you. Discussions are always better than arguments, because an argument is to find out who is right, and a discussion is to find what is right.
And I want to say, you know, some people you will never have discussions with, because some people, no matter what they have done, no matter how they've hurt you, they're never going to admit they're wrong. You're never going to get an apology. So, stop looking for those things from people. Just say F them and keep it moving. It was their loss. Those, this is Thoughtful Thursday, and I'm just giving my opinion on different situations. You know, this thing that we call life.
Knowledge is power. The more you learn, the better. You will be able to make decisions about the direction of your life. Time decides who you meet in life.
And so on this thoughtful Thursday, to all of you content creators, keep doing what you're doing. Oh, you know, I don't have any issues with any content creators, or matter of fact, anybody. If I don't fool with you no more, it is what it is. Because I don't do back and forth with people. Once we're done, we're done. Um, and that's to protect my peace, especially if I was pure in the relationship. I want to say on this thing that we call life, and I know I had gotten so emotional last week thinking that evil wins, and evil's not winning. It's still good people out here. But I'm going to tell my experiences with people. They're going to be my testimony stories on what experiences that I had with people, you know, the betrayals, the confusion. I'm going to start telling my testimonies and how I felt and how I felt. See, you can't have the discussions with the people that hurt you or betrayed you or get the apology. So, you just say forget them. But I want to tell my experiences that I had with people and how I was able to just say, you know, you don't matter anymore. You don't matter. And if you did this, the friendship or the family ship or the group ship, it's over. It's over. I've looked at people that never once opened their mouths to defend the truth or call out somebody in their wrongness. Me, I'ma defend the people I love. I'ma defend them. But again, I want to tell people, don't expect a you from everybody. Don't expect of you. On this thoughtful Thursday, be thankful. Boy, be thankful every morning when you open your eyes and your blessings are received. I also want to tell people when you decide to make different changes in your life is when that enemy comes to seek and destroy. I need people to know that what you put out in the universe, oh, it's coming back to you. On this thoughtful Thursday, just think about somebody who is less fortunate than you are at this time. And like I said, uh, people are suffering now. A lot of people, you know, they're too ashamed. Some people are ashamed to say it. But due to the world that we live in right now, with prices going up, you got some people that are really hanging on by their chinny chin chin, okay? By their chinny chin chin. And so, if there's anything that you can do to help a person that you know is struggling right now, it's not your job to be judging them. It's not your job to be saying, if I did all of this, then they should have did it, because everybody's path is different. You know, if you can help somebody, because again, like I said, food prices, you know, things are expensive and people are hurting. There's a homeless problem. If you can help anybody, you know, it's $10, $15, $20, you know, because some people are really hurting right now. They are really hurting right now. Some people are choosing, you know, food, medicine, gas, and more than likely, you probably know the people. Again, I'm gonna say this. Everybody ain't gonna tell you they out here hanging by their chinny chin chin. But if you can help somebody right now during these hard times that's going on, uh, you know, everything going up. You know, hold on.
Walmart would make this easy.
And so now we're in the month of July. Only at Illinois, people have started advertising their back to school fairs. We're living in times right now that we need each other more more than what we think, more than what people think. So stop all the hate. Stop trying to start doing the right thing and see how your blessings will flow. What you put out in the universe will come back to you. Also, a note to self, you know, forgive, but don't forget. Wait a minute, hold on. But anyway, this Thoughtful Thursday, we are living in some times right now
What is the deepest wound you?
where we we don't know what's going to happen. And again, we really need each other more so now than we ever needed each other before. We need the family structure to come back. We need it's a whole lot of healing that needs to be going on right now. We need to stop generational curses, and we just need to really start dealing with some hardcore issues. So, again, be kind to one another. Try to help somebody if you can right now. Share information that you know about different programs out there that are helping with utility bills. Um, there are food pantries for people to go to because I'm telling you, every time I go to Family Dollar, my favorite place, because they got name brand stuff for discounted prices. Um, every time I go in Family Dollar, because there's one like right down the street from me, I'm like, oh, what y'all do? Raise the prices? So she told me, the manager said, yep, sometimes we raise them twice a week. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, you know, there has been a shift. People's budgets have changed. And again, be kind. If you can, you know, help somebody, try to help them. I hate Northwest left. I wanted him to put his Cash App in here. Um, Try to help somebody if you see them holding a sign. And don't be sitting up there talking about what they gonna do with the money. Is they really sick and all of this? Cause I hate when people say, "Oh, you look fine." Yeah, I look fine, but you don't know what my struggles are. You don't know anything about my low bone mass. You don't know it. You don't know that I'm bone to bone on one side of my body. That I'm in pain every day. So, hey, spirit in the sky, how you doing? I'm much better than last week, honey. I had to calm myself down. Oh, I had got so emotional last week. So again, be kind, you know. Be kind. And if you can't be kind or do right by a person, don't be their friend. Just leave them alone. Life. What did Forrest Gump say? Life is like a box of chocolates. Yeah, girl, it was a mess. It was a mess. Let me tell you, it was a mess. And it just opened so many wounds for me. All I kept saying, I'm just looking at evil constantly winning. You know, I'm looking at, you know, like I look at this world sometimes like, why these evil, dirty, no good folks? It seems like they getting everything. But I pray to my higher power about it. People come down, mess with people neither. Yeah. Oh, I know. And like I said, you know, money. Money can buy you anything these days, girl. You know, you got money, honey. You can buy judges. Shoot, you can buy a whole lot with money. Money. Mhm. Yeah. Money can buy you a lot of stuff. Eh, But one thing for sure, it can't buy it can't buy you peace. It can't buy you peace. Fulfill knowing that I'm not an evil, no good, dirty person. Just a cruise thing, I would be thinking about all of the people that looked out for me when I was down and out. Um, that's how I think. That is how my mind operates. You know, I look at some people. I've given and never, but when you give from the heart, you know, it doesn't matter. But honey, no, I wouldn't be doing them things. I'd be trying to get my family. And if I had money, decides who you want in your life. Hold on. And your behavior decides. I would be trying to plan like a family cruise or family trip. I would be broke because I'd be like, all right, y'all, we going to New. Yeah, if I got money, spirit in the sky, I would probably go through that money so fast, cause I would be like, all right, y'all, we going to New York for a Broadway play. I would want to go to Italy. I would want to go to a Paris fashion show. Um, I got a bucket list of things that I want to do before I leave this earth. Yeah, I would love to. Uh, I would love to be rich, but like I said, I don't know. I hope I would pray the money wouldn't change me. What's the weather like where you're at, Spirit, in the sky? It was raining here, so I'm dealing with some pain issues right now. So I'm going to take my medication and get ready to go to bed. They got a gospel festival downtown Chicago Saturday, and I'm thinking I'ma catch the train and go to that. But anyway, on this thoughtful Thursday, um, I want all of the content creators to remember that you are all amazing and beautiful. Um, I just want to do a recap from the show. A lot of people did not ask to be homeless. Uh, Inflation is high, food prices, everything has rose, but the salaries haven't. If you know somebody that might be struggling, because everybody ain't gonna tell you that they're choosing now between food and medicine. Some people are too prideful. Two people, a lot of people will never ever really let you know what's going on with them because of pride. Me, I don't have no problem. If I need something, I'm getting on the phone and I'm calling folks. They could talk about me or whatever, but if you're supposed to be my family or friend, I should be able to call you. Yeah. And be kind to people. It seems like evil is winning, but evil is not winning. Then I showed some inspirational videos. Um, stay positive, stay positive, because there is a lot going on right now in this world. And a lot of people are really hurting right now. There are people that are dealing with trauma that you don't even know about. Um, be careful how you treat people because you can open up wounds to people. You can trigger them to a traumatic experience that happened to them. So be careful on how you treat people. Be careful what you do because it might come back on you. And stay around like-minded people and be willing to accept the fact that people will change lanes on you out of nowhere. You know, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. For me, once you show me what you're about, I'm done. I ain't going back. Mm-mm. I'll never make that mistake again. And I'm going to start giving testimonies on different situations that happened to me with different people and how I was able, to be able to say, hey, this how this gonna be from now on and for the rest of my remaining days on this earth. So I'm gonna talk about some of those experiences because I do want to share the knowledge and let people know, don't ever feel like you are alone in this world. Don't ever think that why, you know, don't think how I was thinking last week. Evil is always winning and, you know, everybody's dirty. No, there are some good people. And then I'm going to also do a show on things that trigger us. Things, people, and places that trigger us and what we can do to cope with these triggers. This is April Showers. Remember, you're all number one in my book, and I thank you for listening to my show tonight. Keep your higher power first. Whatever you believe in, keep them first in your life. Learn how to talk to them, however you need to communicate with your higher power. And also remember, the more that you are trying to do the right thing, the more them demonic evil spirits are coming for you. This is April Showers. I'm out.